Hey everybody, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. My name is Blake, and with me today is Bob
This is my final intro line.
and Connor.
Hello there.
Welcome back to Chip Thrink, first of all, and welcome to a wonderful new author in the from the Chipmunks hive mind, Toby Seville.
Relatively new, yeah. 2019, so.
Well, new to us. A new one in our pantheon. This author, all of their stories are complete bangers, okay? They're all amazing. And we're reading one today, Only Simon Knows.
Okay.
The description reads, Poor Theodore is having a trouble when he is about to sleep after hearing depressing story from Dave, so Simon lectures him by discussing him and convinces that would be a no problem.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I gotta say, I didn't read any of this, right? I didn't see the description, I didn't see the story at all, but, like, I just kind of glanced over it and I was like, I don't see a lot of misspellings here. This doesn't look that bad, but I didn't actually read it. Now that I'm reading the description, I'm...
Yeah, that's only a taste.
It's a miswording all over the place.
Yeah, this author I've joked about English too. This person might legitimately have discovered English too.
Yeah, it doesn't say where they're from. Maybe they're from another...
Oh, back when I first
English
saw into
isn't
them...
there?
Oh, they took it off. It used to say they were from the United Kingdom.
Okay, that's a little embarrassing.
Well, let's just dive into the story and see what happens.
Yeah.
Another oncoming nighttime in Seville's house.
Oh,
It's about
no.
time for the boys set up their doing for inclusive routines, like going to the bathroom for showering their dirty mess off of their bodies as clean as possible before they can be able to have a long resting in the bedroom, only to find out their released toys were still lying around the floor.
Yikes.
Hey.
Wow.
Right,
You
so-
cannot rest here. You are too dirty.
Yeah. Now, this is a matter of precision, right? Showering their dirty mess
Uh-huh.
off their bodies as clean as possible.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have a dirty mess. You've got to have a clean mess.
Yeah, exactly. And at least now you should take comfort because at least we know what was going on.
What's going on? Yeah, no, I kind of got what was going on.
That won't last. Without
Okay.
feeling of anxiety, they decide to wipe it out and take them back to the box.
Oh, no.
Putting toys in the toy box, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even for
without
one
anxiety.
little thing would not step on an ant from the carpet. No one
Oh.
would possibly abandon the leftovers from polished out of existence.
Sorry, no, sorry.
Is that a Theodore? Is that a
We're
Theodore
really
fat
losing
joke?
me.
Yeah.
This is bad.
I'm slipping away.
Was that a Theodore fat joke, maybe? He ate all the leftovers?
Yeah, maybe. In like
know.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is an abstract painting in verbal form.
Right.
Quite a simple utterance has to be improved in this truthful notion when they had eager to let it happen. Or shall we all to say, it was all going down.
You're right. This is absolutely English 2. This is
Yeah.
definitely the sequel to... This may be English 3.
Yeah,
Did they just write the 27th Amendment?
yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, like it's like a combination of like Shakespearean English, legal language, and like the most purple romance novel prose, like in a blender.
And then just like
you get-
the thing is, the topic they're talking about is like meaningless details. Like I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about the toys in the box, right? Like that's not important at all.
And also,
Or maybe it will be. Maybe the toys will come back. I don't know for sure.
well, we're gonna like this next sentence. No,
Ah.
that was an answer to the last question, which is
Gosh.
very Shakespearean.
Wait, was there a question? Shall we ought to say it? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, shall we all say it was all going down? That's very much like
I don't know what that means though.
No, they still putting their toys in the box while Simon is tidy up the mess out of this room.
Okay.
He's sweeping, maybe. All right, I'm feeling it.
Just get the mess out of here, move it somewhere else.
They are now felt more to the responsibility because Dave always told them in a childhood, do not forget about many things either to clean up or put in the box if there are stuffs are still needed to use in the future.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to add that to my Facebook, quotes page, which is,
Yeah.
As Dave Seville said, do not forget about many things either to clean up or put in the box if there are stuffs are still needed to use in the future.
Yeah.
But there's no idea when untidiness leftovers from under of each one of their beds still intact. Obviously,
Obviously.
it was Alvin had to saw what's left around here first.
Right. He's the oldest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Few than half an hour after cleaning. 7 years.
I love few than half an hour.
Yeah. The 3 chipmunks were sitting on the bed's center, where they are desperately panting in exhaustion, which the room is all quite squeaky clean than ever. Not just all remaining measures were done, since everything is completely under control. It looks like Dave is on his way into their room by the door, fucking thanks, to see their current state-of-the-art articulation.
You know what?
God.
The more I read, the more I think this story was written in another language and then translated using like Google Translate, which is why there are no misspellings, but the punctuation's wrong and the story doesn't make any sense, but there are like lots of big words like articulation.
Yeah,
See
maybe.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Is it possible to do like a Google Translate and a Google Thesaurus in one step? Like,
I don't think
yes, translate this and give me all the big words.
Yeah, bigger words, please.
Yeah, maybe that's what they did.
It's like a slider. You just move it up to max.
Yeah, the auto-complicate button.
Without a doubt, there are no other concealed mediums may leaked down. Perhaps that's not even a practicable matter to be seen once the mess are gone last forever.
Oh.
Also, aside from superior habituation, all the forward-thinking properties will always keep with safe and sound without any substantial impairment that depends on a quality for the further improvement would likely be convinced with suggestive common sense.
I feel like I'm about to hear about Harry Kumnus again.
The more I see, the less I know. You know?
The more I want to let it go.
Here's the thing, even if this went through, like, Google Translate, which usually, that would mean that they would have to have had no misspellings, because if if there's a word that's misspelled, Google Translate just leaves it alone.
Right. If it doesn't know what to do, it just...
Yeah. Like, the original language, though, I can't think of any language that would lead... Like, they must have written it super flowery before.
I think, yeah, they must have written it super flowery, but also it has to be a European language, right? Like, it'd have to be like an Asian language where the words themselves have, like, you know, there's like a lot of nuance that gets lost in translation. Superior habituation probably made a lot of sense in their language, or at least some sense, but like, because we don't have a one-to-one word correspondence here, you know, where that'd be easier to find with a European language.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if this was like originally written in like Urdu or Vietnamese or something like that, and then translated and
maybe even something like more complex, like Arabic or Mandarin or something.
Oh yeah, I mean they're all complicated languages to us because we're English speakers.
Yeah, honestly, what it's given us though is kind of a masterpiece.
Though again, some of the punctuation is done basically correctly. I mean, like I'm looking at like the way the quotation marks are used a little bit later down, and that looks fine.
Just again, with all the big words, I cannot imagine this was just a one pass from one language to another, and that was it. Like, Google Translate, again, does not deep dive into words that only graduate literature students know.
Or use,
who knows how this happened? I mean, we're just postulating.
We're just
Maybe the person just writes like this. In order to comply with the stuff's quality issues to rehabilitated, particularly to deal with the entanglement.
That says rehabilitated.
Oh, rehabilitated.
I think they just write like this.
They just write like this.
Oh, no.
Because you can't put rehabilitated and get that out of a translator.
No. Well, in that case, English 3. Congratulations.
English 3, yeah.
Toby Seville did it.
English 3D. The words are like coming at you. You're going into the words.
The only way you can actually understand the story is if you walk around the story.
If you read it in VR, yeah.
Oh my God, Robert Rodriguez, is that you?
Yeah, so rehabilitated, particularly to deal with the entangled inquiries. So here's some Dave.
Here's some Dave.
Yeah.
Here's some Dave.
It's not even like Dave speaks. It's like, here's some Dave.
Oh, what an impressive cleaning, guys, expressed Dave. I knew I could trust you well.
Push. That's not a problem, Dave,
said Simon.
We are doing for the best of everything we can. Nobody messes with the Chipmunks, and it's all about a teamwork effort. See?
Nobody messes with them. They're so tough.
They'll fucking kill you, dude.
Yeah. Oh my, that's just a personal compliment all to say that, Simon. I mean, you guys are well cleaned. Well, anyway, want to have some bedtime stories before you sleep? Almost normal sentence.
Yeah.
Sure, Dave, nodded Alvin. It's fine with us. I'm sure this is strictly just for the little kids only to entertain, because I don't. Right, Theodore?
What?
You lost me.
I'm just blasted through.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, you will relate a lot to Theodore because he's usually very confused.
You know, Maggie Mae Fish recently released a video about Twin Peaks and like how Twin Peaks is not strictly about like here's the logical progression of events, but also it's about the vibe, it's about the energy. You're supposed to emotionally connect with the truths of the show in addition to like the logical connections. And like I thought that was really interesting, and maybe that's the way we're supposed to engage with this. We're supposed to get a vague shape for what happens, but just emotionally connect.
Yeah,
with the story, you know.
I feel like if this was like 400,000 words and like written by like a PhD, this would be like a masterpiece of postmodernism.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like this super post. I mean, it literally is post English. Yeah. Right. You're just supposed to get a vibe. You're supposed to understand the feelings, the emotional truth in the story, rather than mere grammar.
All right. So like. Lay back, close your eyes.
Let it soak through you.
Yeah, just put on that, relaxing music or whatever and just go on like a mental trip, man.
Yeah, man.
What? Oh, yeah. I love bedtime stories, Dave. Maybe Jack and Jill would be better for the little splendors to fall asleep while talking about woeful stuffs. And of course, the woe is me.
Holy shit.
Dang. Theodore's like
that was actually almost kind of poetic.
Yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I kind of unironically like this guy's work.
Yeah. Hey, wait, aren't we supposed to not do good stuff on the Steel Donut?
Yeah, question mark. Yeah. Don't ashame yourself if you are not interested either, Theodore, lectured Dave. I am not nocturing with my temptation notes to force you, that's all.
Whoa. I am not nocturing.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I guess like the word nocturne, like a night?
Like night? But how is that a verb? Noctur... I mean, I don't think this is a word, but I guess I might as well check.
I guess, he doesn't want to keep them up into the night, or I don't know.
Well, it's funny because Bill Watterson wrote a poem, a Kelvin and Hobbes poem called A Nauseous Nocturne, and he famously, told us that verbing weirds language.
Right, verbing weirds language. Is this Theodore talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I'm not even discuss about the trash somehow, but I don't want to get myself flawed by the loose surety to explain. So please, go ahead with the story already, all right? I can't wait. I want to hear about it. Oh no, where am I? I'm lost. Sad moment. Or shall I say, too exciting in the last one. Promise me, I will not crying like a baby anymore.
Oh. That's what Dave says. Oh. Alright then, if you insist. Was that insisting?
I feel like this is like what Theodore fans get for, every other story giving him either nothing to do or barely anything to do. And then here Theodore has these long, eloquent's not the right word, but evocative paragraphs of dialogue.
It feels like an AI generated some purple prose.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, you're right, because like Theo fans are like, man, he doesn't get enough attention in these other stories, but this is what happens when you let Theo speak.
I like that idea. You said AI, and yeah, this feels like it could either be spoken by a far future like alien, or like some ancient Greek or something,
or it could also be like your phone auto, word prediction, right?
Yeah.
They type what and then just start tapping the middle one and see what comes up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Any of those.
So said Dave as he opened the book, what Theodore should only hopes that he would not ever want to cry in the middle of that meantime, as Dave reads it on a first part here.
Okay.
As he is about to have a speech, suddenly Simon appeared aside from him.
Oh my god.
Split off like mitosis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon, what's up?
I can't sleep well.
He yawned.
So I would assist Dave on reading that bedtime story for you.
Well, if you say so, Dave responds. Guess it's suitable that you're not worn out since you already put those mess away from my bedroom, I presumed.
My bedroom?
Whoa.
Yeah, what? I'm going to just assume that you cleaned up my bedroom too, right?
With that, I feel like that would be weird, right? Like, if you were a parent, your kids' chores, like, right before bedtime are clean up their room, clean up your room, and then...
Yeah.
Right? Like, that seems kind of manipulative, or like... I don't know, I don't like that.
Clean
I don't
the
like
whole upstairs. Clean the whole house.
Like, we have to sleep.
We're also tiny.
Yeah.
Check it over. We'd sure we have to read together anyway, right?
Yup.
Okay.
Simon agreed. So, both Simon and Dave reads the book together as the little brother's eyes is slowly closing in. The feeling touch makes it look quieter than a hard yet burnt feather drops in the floor with a very high temperature.
Holy shit.
Did you really just reach for, like, a simile?
One hell of a simile.
What the hell?
So it's quieter than a hard yet burnt feather dropping on the floor with a very high temperature.
Temperature.
Temperature. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Yeah, after all of that, like 17th century eloquentness, temperature at the very end.
Temperature, yeah.
But in the middle part of a story, Theodore gasps in terror that it was an agonizing moment has terribly occurred. He was about to sobbing in a prompt nervosity from hearing further dilation recital.
Jesus,
and he was.
What?
Dilation.
And he was.
And he was. You thought that he wasn't, but he was. He was.
You can't say like a bunch of $10 words in a row and then add comma and he was.
Yeah.
I went to go to, defeat the evil bad guy, and I did.
And I did, yeah.
He was so what he was doing was sobbing in a prompt nervosity from hearing further dilation recital.
I gotta say, if Between the Buried and Me is looking for some song titles, there were some really good ones in here, like Dilation Recital,
Prompt nervosity.
Yeah. It possibly be recognized and conceivable fact that Jack has always be a very irredeemable person in the folktale they often talked about. Jack and Jill...
What was wrong with Jack?
They were reading Jack went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown.
Yeah, he was very irredeemable. How dare he go and get water?
Yeah, he fell, and he broke his crown. What a little bitch.
Yeah, he was very irredeemable. Like, what could he possibly do?
Sorry, Theodore, now I'm like washing away for a second the poetic beauty of the vibes I'm getting and just really drilling down to the core detail here. Theodore started crying from Jack and Jill?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
like, not the movie, the story.
Yeah,
I cried at the movie.
Yeah, we've cried.
Maybe they're reading the novelization.
It has to be more than just that poem, because that poem is like 8 lines. Finish it in 10 seconds.
Is there an older, full, Brothers Grimm version of Jack and Jill? I'm gonna have to research.
It's the novelization of the Hollywood movie-tization. That's a long... Are you agreeing with me, or did you find a longer version?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm agreeing
with it's one of those things where it's like Hollywood is going to make it like a trilogy, an epic trilogy, and so now there's a big book series.
Yeah, it's a traditional English nursery rhyme. Yeah, there's not a story version of it.
Yeah, Jack, has these moral dilemmas, he needs to decide between helping his village or, escaping before the bad guys burn it down, how did we get here?
Yeah, I don't
know.
Yeah, I guess they're really slowly and deeply reading. I mean, or maybe it's Jack and Jill as written by Toby Saville.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Then I also agree with Theodore. I also have started crying. I know it doesn't sound like it. I'm just very good at talking normally while crying.
Yeah.
Tears streaming down his face, but he sounds completely fine.
Completely normal, yeah. That's a good image. I like that.
The idea of Connor being so stoic about crying.
Yeah, just completely stone-faced.
He's shattered internally, but on the outside you can barely tell.
Yeah.
It's like that thing of on the outside I look fine, but on the inside I'm suffering. But it's the opposite. On the outside I'm absolutely suffering. I'm pouring water. My shirt is soaked, but on the inside, I'm normal.
You're chill.
Yeah.
It's chill.
It's amazing. So yeah, Jack rears irredeemable, and so Theodore, he is in fact about to wimp out his tears little by little.
Okay.
Theodore, why are you crying? Said Dave softly.
This is the most terrible tale ever, Dave.
He bawled off.
You suck. Why, Jack's just being hopeless if he didn't find Jill alive while playing hide and seek. This is not the story.
Yeah.
It's not Jack and Jill.
Is he maybe confusing it with Hansel and Gretel?
No, that's still not. I mean, they didn't play hide and seek in that.
Well, maybe in some version of it. At least it's a story and not a little nursery rhyme.
I guess, yeah.
Because he promised to have fun until that girl had losing it.
David, please.
That's so weird.
It's so weird.
You can't make him cried out with that story.
Simon exclaimed angrily. But, Simon...
No, Dave. Simon's right. I even experienced the terrific diegesis after reading that sad story before I can rest my eyes when I was born. Asterisk, sob, asterisk. Oh, okay. This is still him.
Yeah, this is Oscar.
He was really miserable kid. I thought it was really doubtful no-win situation I ought to bear in mind. I'm losing hope. No, I am supposed to stop getting this gloomy drift from breaking my heart in desperation. How they were still try to blame me for this matter. Why everything is blamed because of this.
That was Shakespeare.
Oh my god. I even experienced the terrific diegesis after reading that sad story before I could rest my eyes when I was born.
Or his whole life has been leading up to this moment.
You know, back in middle school, in theater class, I actually did that when we all had to give a monologue. Yeah, I actually did this one.
The terrific diegesis?
Yeah. The Theodore's, monologues, his speech about the terrific diegesis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, some
for
people
acting
did,
class or something?
Yeah, theater class back in middle school. Like
Some
people did like
theater class,
Othello or something. You know, some people did.
You
like
did only
Hamlet.
Simon Knows.
I did only Simon Knows.
Yeah, the diddler on the roof.
Like you said, you went up to the front of the class and you said, "I'm going to be reading a passage. I'm going to be doing a passage from Only Simon Knows," and the teacher just got out a box of Kleenex. Like, this only makes me go. So sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. And they just give him his prompt, but Simon, and then Connor just boom.
And he just launches into it.
Yeah. So Theodore sobs again. Dave and Simon looked around at each other.
Silly Theodore. Perhaps it's due to someone couldn't be a perfect visual perception, and they're not even simply express the fabled occurring situation to meet up.
Said Simon in stillness.
Simon in Stillness is a very good...
yeah, that's good.
That's
yeah. It feels like after Simon and Garfunkel broke up, you know.
Yeah.
But Simon still wanted to be really artsy.
No.
Paul Simon, yeah.
Yeah.
Nor the things to recognize why their docile tendency took over the uninhabited place to rest. Like you. Somehow you got a touch of striving and not feeling interested with the sad story to hear.
I was really, really trying to understand.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling again.
The only thing I could connect was tendency and uninhabited. Like, someone went to a place where there wasn't people before.
So, okay, I think this first part, perhaps it's due to someone couldn't be a perfect visual perception and they're not even simply express the fabled occurring situation to meet up. I think what the Simon is trying to say, and correct me if I'm wrong here, if you guys feel like I'm wrong on this, I think maybe they're trying to say that the author of the story that Dave and Simon are reading, Jack and Jill, isn't describing the situation well, and so Theodore is crying because he's not visualizing it correctly, which is a very weird thing to say, but that's the best I've got.
So, I think, and this might not even be correcting you, this is me just saying these out loud in case one of you can help. So
we're just spitballing here, yeah.
So, in going back a few paragraphs, in Jack and Jill, Jack is being sad because they were playing hide and seek, and he couldn't find Jill. And so, skipping back down, perhaps it's to not even simply express the fabled occurring situation to meet up. I think Theodore was getting sad about that for some reason. I think he was relating it to his own life somehow or something.
Yeah, and before that, he said Jack was an irredeemable person, so he doesn't like Jack. Jack does something he doesn't like.
So in the paragraph starting, Dave and Simon look around at each other. I think Simon's first line is referring to that, where Jack did not meet up with Jill by finding her when playing hide and seek? Question mark?
Yeah.
But I don't know about the second part.
Their docile tendency took over the uninhabited place to rest. Maybe Jill is hiding and to rest. Maybe she fell asleep there when Jack couldn't find her. And then maybe he just goes home, and that's why Theodore is upset because Jill gets lost or something like that.
Right, yeah, hide and seek goes wrong because he just gives up and he just leaves. Maybe.
And Theodore's upset that Jack did that.
Maybe?
Hide and seek gone wrong.
Yeah. Hide and seek prank gone wrong. Gone sexual.
Yeah.
Not clickbait.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to say, if you are watching this and you're also confused like us, that's a perfectly normal feeling. Your feelings are valid. If you're not confused, please explain.
please
if you're like, what are you guys doing? I understand this perfectly.
Yeah, there's if you're watching this in the premiere, there's a chat window right there. If you're not, there's a comment section down below. It doesn't matter how long this video's been out. Please explain this.
Yeah, if you're a native English 3 speaker.
Yeah, if you speak English 3, 3.5, 4 even.
Yeah.
Well,
Bill Gates won't let up.
To keep myself sane really quickly, just, I see one word from this paragraph and it reminds me of a song lyric. So even though the song's not, relevant at all, I'm just going to quote it anyway. I saw the stillness. It reminded me of Kill the Switch by Circle Takes the Square. In stillness as in sorrow, this night our journeys through the dark.
Nice.
I think that is relevant.
Actually, when I said it, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
okay. I think Theodore speaks for all of us here.
I don't understand.
Shrugged Theodore confusingly, almost tears out of his eyes.
In another story, we would have been like, oh, he shrugged confusingly, but I'm shrugging confusingly.
It's that, babe, what the fuck are you talking about me? But instead of, cringe-based, it's just full sentences from this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and now Theodore is about to dip and dab into his personal problems.
Ever since I am about to list off my best friends ever when we got a long day off, I feel my desperation even worse than I was once grounded for 3 whole weeks because the bully's creeping me out too much.
You got grounded because the bullies were freaking macking on you.
That's...
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, no wonder Theodore is this eternal doomer in here.
Yeah, I've heard of send the bullied kid home, but this was ground the bullied kid for 3 weeks just because they creep him out.
Yeah.
You would think at least the parent would take his side. He was bullied.
Simon even confirms that it wasn't his fault.
The point is, it wasn't your fault, right?
Said Simon Moore, which Theodore agrees.
By the way, Dave, raise your kids.
Yeah.
Your child is in despair right now, and you're just watching.
Well, you're watching as Simon cleans up house.
Just because he cleans your room doesn't mean he should clean up your whole fucking life.
Your whole life.
Simon,
what an asshole.
Simon,
David.
Not even the oldest. Yeah, David.
David.
Oh my God. Yeah, saying that is like hearing your whole name called out. You're in trouble.
Yeah. How fucking weird would it be to address your father that way?
Yeah. I think this is Simon. Yeah. Because he says this, then Theodore says something. Okay.
Yeah. None may aware the awful uproar situation unless something we can tell in private. In add to that, they might soon got a good side to show beyond doubt from merciless thoughts to listen on their own common sense. And so, doing a teamwork make those feelings just fine.
I see. But you mean something like we did to clean up the mess in the basement?
Exactly.
By mess in the basement, they're talking about their dead grandfather.
Right.
Yeah.
Who Dave killed.
Right.
With the last zombie attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dave
exactly.
from
Card.
Awakened Alive is in this.
Yeah.
No, yeah, so I'm guessing he's saying, like, they might soon got a good side to show, so he's saying, hey, those bullies might be mean now, but they're not going to be mean forever. And so you don't have to be upset forever. And after all, and he's like, doing a teamwork make those feelings just fine. So he's saying, hey, when we all work on something together, doesn't that make you feel better?
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
Actually, that does line up more. I was kind of intentionally not trying to think about what I was saying as I was saying it.
Yeah, no, that's the only way I'm getting through this.
Right. But on one hand, like, if we do that too much, we're going to be totally lost because we won't have tried to analyze
Blake
like the
is here
previous
to like kind of
paragraphs.
pick it apart. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so if there's like two people speaking in a paragraph, the third person needs to be this researcher.
The thinker.
You
This is a team
check out
effort.
if you're not reading.
Yeah, it's just like the mess we cleaned up in the basement. Bob, Blake, me, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the mess we cleaned up in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
And you play Alvin, and I play Theodore, and he plays Simon.
Yeah, this is so interesting.
Oh my
This is a
god,
very-
guys, small emergency, I'm turning into a chipmunk.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I already.
I
turned
have
into a
claws. Yeah, I want food.
Oh. You're turning into Theodore specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna be
okay.
the-
You're apparently very eloquent in expressing your feelings.
Yeah.
There's good sides and bad.
chipmunk. Exactly. So Simon nodded joyfully.
Oh, I thought it was too good between you and me, brother. Guess Kevin was right about my life. I never leave him behind. Duh. And it seems you know everything of it. Maybe if I can be like you, I'll be like a generous kid who wants to show the real nature.
So, Simon doesn't hide anything. Simon is, who he appears to be. And so Theodore wishes he could do that.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Instead
The
of
real
hiding
nature.
his shame about being bullied or whatever until, this moment where now he lets it out.
But also, I think he's saying maybe I can put a good face on, good step forward, and then the other people will reciprocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I think Kevin.
Is Kevin
First-
from, like, the movies?
Like, I think
We know
probably.
Nathan's from the movies.
Yeah, Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, Nathan for you.
I was thinking maybe Kevin was his toy or something, like a stuffed animal that he never leaves
That he got
behind.
bullied for. Yeah, they're like, oh, you
Right?
little baby, you still have a stuffed animal. Yeah, I think that might be it.
Right? Maybe.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not what I expecting. Because again, I keep forgetting about the newer TV show.
Oh, Kevin is the character.
Kevin Hansen is a returning character in the Alvin and the Chipmunks television series as one of the students in the Chipmunk school.
And you'll notice all
Okay.
of his profile pictures are from that. So this guy probably just watches the new show,
Yeah. He's
All
not
right.
familiar with the old lore.
like us.
Yeah, like us.
God,
We're
it's
the
like,
old guard.
dudes, guys, it's like that picture of like new gamer, older gamer, ancient gamer,
Yeah.
where the joke is that the ancient stuff is only like 10 years old, but genuinely, like, new Alvin and the Chipmunks fan is about this TV show that, like, I've never watched or whatever, and then old Alvin and the Chipmunks fan is about the live-action movies now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, and also this story reminds me a lot of that meme where it was like a picture. It was like that picture, and it was like this simulates having a stroke. You can see individual objects, but you can't actually identify anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get some narration here. Being in Theodore's drift that the brother is ought to catch up for something, Simon's eyes bug out a little when he lift up his glasses with a tensed excitement. So I guess Simon's happy that Theodore's catching on. Dave is also confused even more.
Dave is not catching on.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you two? Are you staring me like that when I was talking about my life?
Nothing. Just feeling so proud to you when you quit weeping your tears. Nonetheless, you must be cautious with your depression sentiment. I mean, why don't you put away from a boredom life by having a laugh instead? Perhaps you wouldn't get pushed yourself. Either way, hilarious and comical stories might be a flawless solution too. What about it? Are you up for it?
Sorry, did he just say, have you tried being happy to a depressed person? What the fuck? Simon!
Well, I mean, Simon is super smart. Maybe that's the thing that we've been missing all along.
Have you actually tried being happy? Like,
I mean, we skipped past some real bad advice earlier, where apparently to, get the bullies on your side, you just need to be nice to them. And then they'll be nice to you back. And now Simon's just like, don't be depressed, just be happy instead.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the principal basis, he speaks something to Theodore would made him better. But apart from unnoticeable verdict to explain the whole string to pull it off, he still felt terrible due to Story's moods were out of sort. So the story is still making him sad, even though he feels better about his real-life problems.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of speaking, which he can stood nothing will necessary come through with that frowning issues from enlightening the betterment.
I mean, you could have just
no idea for that one.
if the story's depressing you, you don't have to. You can just stop.
Dave will read it no matter what. You have to.
Okay,
please.
This story is inevitable.
I don't want to hear Jack and Jill. That's the saddest
Your version
story.
of Jack and Jill really peeves me. Okay, I'll say it that way.
Yeah,
it's upsetting.
In other words, good. All right, so if that last sentence made no sense to you, we're going to get it re-explained.
All right.
Okay.
In other words, shattered thoughts to brag was strictly mortifiable, particularly to a current sense of logical ordeal, and not willing the approbation to comprehend his brother's grammatical nobility in spite of deputy insight for a peaceful backlash.
Sorry, I need you to do that one more time.
I can't comprehend your grammatical nobility.
I really need to hear that one more time. That was really something. That changed
I'm
me.
Struggling.
These
I'm a
two
different
sentences,
man having heard that.
These two sentences might be the best in the story. I'll read them back to back since they're supposed to be the same thing. In other words,
like, you guys remember fucking Passionate Dissonance?
Blows it out of the water.
Yeah, like, this blows Passionate Dissonance out of the water, because at least with Passionate Dissonance, I think the person meant to do that. Right?
Yeah.
This seems completely accidental.
Again,
I don't know.
Who the fuck makes this? Like, they say, like, the current sense of logical ordeal, and so I think, like, okay, someone who is really, really about logic and, not really a writer or so. No, those people still don't make this.
Yeah, no. They still have some... I mean, the thing is, this is the one that's really shocking to me. Grammatical. Just the use of the word. That implies that they are familiar with the concept of grammar.
They've transcended grammar.
But, I mean...
That either grammatical was intended to be used, or a word which means something similar was intentionally used. So, like, Theodore knows, or Simon knows, whoever is supposed to be the object.
Only Simon knows.
That the other person is being really wordy.
Yeah. So,
that's even fucking stranger. Can I hear that sentence one more time, though?
I'm going to read both again because they both mean the same thing. Remember that they mean the same thing. Okay. Kind of speaking, which he can stood nothing will necessary come through with that frowning issues from enlightening the betterment. In other words, shattered thoughts to brag was strictly mortifiable, particularly to a current sense of logical ordeal, and not willing the approbation to comprehend his brother's grammatical nobility, in spite of deputy insight for a peaceful backlash.
Fuck me, God. I can't...
As bad as the second sentence is, I think we just have to, like, erase the first sentence from being, because no two words, like, line up in that one. That first sentence is just genuine fucking word salad.
I can't... Yeah, that's true. I can't map any meaning onto...
The only thing I think of is... Shattered thoughts to brag was strictly mortifiable, particularly to a current sense of logical ideal, not willing the approbation to comprehend his brother's grammatical nobility. Like, Theodore is resisting what Simon is saying because he's happy the way he is.
I thought he was accepting what Simon was saying.
Well, Simon's most recent thing ended with, "Are you up for it?" He's saying, "Hey, stop being sad, just be happy. Are you up for it?" And with the principal basis, he speaks something that Theodore would make him better, but he still felt terrible. So it's like he's like resisting the message of heck.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this next part. I'm going to read the next part. I think that may be it. Only giving more time for Theodore whether he is going to agree with Simon's opinion and quit foresight any sorrowful moments to hear again by helping the poor ones while his ideas already keep it on his thoughts. So yeah, Simon is like, so what do you think? And Theodore's struggling with accepting leaving his Eeyore sad boy life behind.
I think you have to take like specific phrases from this whole paragraph, this whole writing that make slightly more sense than a lot of the other phrases. And if you like take just those and imagine like it's just that, then a little bit of being able to follow it in clarity, could stay. Oh my God, they're making me like say way too many words. But like the previous paragraph, blah blah blah. Hold on, and then would have made him better. Da da da. Like then pretend there wasn't like 300 words in there, but then just in spite of deputy insight for a peaceful backlash. Like just from that, I get in spite of Simon's insight. So then that kind of leads to Theodore's not sure about what Simon said.
I think maybe I would understand this story a little better if I've never had this experience before, but I think I would understand the story better if I had a word cloud instead of a story.
Well, you kind of do have a word cloud instead of a story.
I mean, like if it was arranged like a word cloud or maybe a flowchart.
No.
Just truly astonishing.
Dude.
I feel like I'm having a stroke. Like
I mean,
maybe
this is the time we get a second author interview.
Yeah.
I think,
what if they talk like this? It would be impossible.
I think hearing how the guy talks would tell us how much of this was.
Yeah, we didn't say this
unmodified.
before. We didn't say this before, but the reason we're shutting down the Still Noted is because we're going to dedicate a new channel just to Toby Seville.
Yeah. Well, because he has like one story that called Jeepers Bikers. That's 7,000 words. Could you imagine trying to get through that? It would be all of Chipmunks. Chip Thrink.
Yeah, that would be the whole thing. Chip Thrink would be over. Or it would never be over.
Yeah.
We found like our rival,
Yeah.
doing things to the English language which we just cannot abide by.
We would not have been able to handle this years ago. All of our training has prepared us for this.
Yeah.
We would not be able to puzzle out a single thing.
I feel like we're in the final battle and we still have more Chip Thrink to go.
Yeah.
Well, that's the post-game content.
Oh, okay. So this is like the raid boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Christ.
Well, let's keep going. In a few instances afterward of a deep thinking, as Dave, it's starting to just make sense to me now, it's just scary. In a few instances afterward of a deep thinking as Dave leave out of the bedroom, Theodore smiled and concur with his bet. Then he says,
"Yes, Simon, I will. Anyway, thanks. You are the only guy who understands me."
That might be true.
That may in fact be literally true.
True. Oh, Simon felt a little cocky while he chuckles a bit.
That's not a principal problem. Once before, I also learned something during the management class this Saturday. There's a small chance to exceed the bitterness and alternative maneuver by, based from current feeling, your heart and what's inside of it, for example. And that way, you can see how far you are happy in your life without having trouble beneath your ego.
Buy my self-help program for $59.99.
Yes, let's say Simon went to like a fucking one of those
management class.
He went to an entrepreneur seminar.
Seminar, yeah. And at the very end of it, he got to take a picture with a cardboard cutout of Donald Trump.
Yeah. It's just a whole bunch of cardboard cutouts. It's like, yes, this is my mentor, Elon Musk. It's like, really, I've never heard him mention you. Oh, don't worry, we keep.
No, look, I've got a picture.
Yeah.
Why is his face so shiny in this picture? And flat.
Sunscreen.
It was a great speech. It was all about, you have your ego, but then you need to take your super ego and get super charged up about management.
About, based
money.
from current feeling of your heart.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I see.
Okay.
Breathe in success, breathe out failure.
Again, I love that Dave is sitting silently during this.
Well, he left.
Did he?
In a few instances afterward of a deep thinking as Dave leave out of the bedroom.
Then I love that Alvin is sitting there silently, because Alvin apparently stopped existing once this conversation happened.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Like what exactly?
Theodore said it again.
Is it something what I saw in the sad storybook and seeing his friends had an accident?
Yes, and I thought you were jogging around the school that day, too. They seem they gotta keep laughing for that. But don't fret, I got a second-hand bodyguard.
What?
His name's Terence.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this leads straight into Bullies Get Bullied.
Yep.
I'm trying to teach them some lessons because...
Holy shit.
You're the one who's supposed to see it coming that you want to be a handsome guy. I know some of them would trust you, but mine got a better hand.
Guys, I just had a flash of genius.
Oh, yeah?
I know what language this was translated from.
What language?
Chipmunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd believe it.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a weight off my chest. Oh my goodness.
I like that Theodore, it's like, you're the one who's supposed to, well, Simon's saying this about Theodore. You're the one who's supposed to see it coming that you want to be a handsome guy. It's like, Theodore, why are you the last to know? All of us know that you're supposed to want to be a handsome guy.
Well, maybe he's saying that you need to visualize this person you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
like, you're the one who has to see yourself as that before the rest of us can see you as that.
And
We
don't worry,
see
he's got a
without
second-hand
that
bodyguard.
Yeah, and you have a second-hand bodyguard, I guess.
Yeah, while
So
you work on your self-conscience and...
Unconsciousness.
While you work on your
your
self-unconsciousness and your image or whatever, I'm gonna get my guy to beat the shit out of your bullies.
Yeah, that's the other solution.
We'll burn this candle at both ends.
Yeah.
Oh.
Theodore smiled.
No matter how did you know before I was ashamed of myself in front of peoples. I want something I do believe in. But Simon, you, once again, saving me from those ones who blamed me.
That was biblical.
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, before I was ashamed of myself in front of the peoples. Like, that's King David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did shame himself in front of the peoples, you know.
I prostrate in front of you, Simon.
Simon.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Alvin hears their story while he suddenly get up from his bed.
Oh, there he is.
That was actually the most normal sentence we've read so far.
Yeah. Hello? Are you finished now? I'm almost having a daydream here, see?
I'm growing a beard out here.
Yeah, I just about to get off from Theodore's bed soon.
Said Simon panically.
Anyway, you're magnificent. No wonder when they are not as simpleton as the others had a poor sporting ability. Guess I'm sure I gotta jog some more next morning. Might be around the backyard.
Did they really arrive at he needs to exercise?
Yeah.
That's where this was going?
Exercise to get a better self-image or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the bullies were, like, making fun of him while he was jogging around the school, so...
Lift weights, make bad thoughts disappear.
Yeah, Simon has become, like, he's literally become one of those, like, entrepreneur Sigma grind set types. He's like, I went to this management seminar, and basically...
Holy shit, you're right.
You need to think happy thoughts, you need to exercise and get jacked, you need to just,
Yeah.
He's just fucking giving him all the alpha advice.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right, yeah.
I was hope that you might understand your feeling in the future. Well, nighty-night, Theodore.
You too.
And so Theodore go back to sleep while Simon moves away to his own bed. Perhaps nobody could expect what's beneath the little brother's feeling. However, Simon bring up a calm motivation makes him somewhat satisfying. In the future, he can show those peoples with an explanation to speak without having a problem of his own ego even in the public. No matter what he would do next, he only wished that he wouldn't want to bore and hide in shame due to his sad motion and come what may. Must Theodore maintain his happiness based on his wanting and obtain philosophy of life standards to expel the atrocious issues from spreading its news? Therefore, to maintain his matureness, he must not continue to shreds any more tears even hearing another sad temptation in front of him. Albeit several times need for additional measures to put on in action. We also yearned an important note to agree this tempting thrust by not going to reminded in the past deeds only concerning the angst life, where live in mocked and feeling ashamed without end, before assault in the meanwhile he no longer enthusiast, more problems yet to come. To ensure Theodore's life and improved expression would be yet reasonable next day, and so on. Have a good sleep for the best of your new life as a brave boy, little darling. The end.
What?
What
the fuck?
That
was
I've
weird.
I've never read a like a summation at the end of a story that made the story make less sense.
Yeah.
Wow. That might as well have been about an entirely different story. What?
Yeah. And then it's like, have a good sleep for the best of your new life, like directly talking to him like it's just like God looking through the window.
Yeah, that was like a sea change. Like Theodore's life hinged on this moment.
Like, you know how we have like Steel Donut and then Steel Donut Gold? Maybe this is Steel Donut Purple, because it's just weird and different, and we're not ready for it.
Well, and you know what's funny? No reviews. Pretty much none of these stories have reviews, because how could you even fucking review it?
Yeah, let's keep it that way, people.
Yeah, and let's keep it that way.
Wow.
Gosh, Toby Seville.
Yeah.
I feel drunk. That was...
This kind of was like one story, but also sort of an author's highlight, because, yeah, he writes like this for everything. Just trust us.
Incredible.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for all the support over the years. Chip 3th is a hell of a way to close things out, so click on the playlist for this event to make sure you catch every video. Everyone take care of yourselves. You deserve it.